All right, I am fresh back from holidays, and there's a theme that has been running through this week for me, for my clients, and in my group coaching, and that is about becoming magnetic to your ideal life, clients, and business. Because here's the thing, right? Uh, I had a fabulous holiday away. So I've just come back from 10 days in Thailand. I've never been to Thailand before. It was amazing. And it's officially rainy season now in Thailand, right? And before I went on holidays, I there was a fair bit of work that I needed to do to make sure that I had content still going out in my business. Things were, my newsletters were still going out, my podcast was still going out, all these other sort of things were still happening in my life. So there was a bit of extra work I had to do before I left. It was rainy season in Thailand, and to get back from Thailand, we took an overnight flight. So, we were traveling for like 20 hours or something to get home with about 2 hours sleep. And I had clients booked in this week. And we're also still in the middle of renovations at our house. So I've had no kitchen or lounge room since about the 20th of July, right? So about a month. And now all of this stuff's happening, but it's all going amazingly well. Everything is amazing. And I'm going to tell you why. And it is because I've become a magnet to what I want. And so this is what I'm going to be talking about in this episode. How can you become a magnet to everything that you want so that, you're just loving your life, you're loving your business, you're loving your clients, everything in it. Okay, this is really important. Hey there, fabulous listeners of the Coaching Circle. It's Toni Everard, your go-to NLP Master Trainer and Business Mindset Coach. Elevate yourself to new heights by joining the Coaching Circle Insiders, a premium subscription membership tailored for coaches and wellbeing practitioners at an incredibly affordable price. Inside, gain exclusive access to a supportive community, valuable resources, and expert guidance on mastering your coaching, communication, and business mindset skills. Let's get close and personal with weekly training and live Q&A to get all your questions answered. Sign up now by clicking the link in the show notes, and I'll see you on the inside. Okay, so the key thing when you think about becoming, how do I become a magnet to what I want, is that you've got to become what you want, right? You got to become what you want. So I'm going to break this down for you with each of these scenarios that I've had in my life and business just recently, and how I've approached them to move through these last few weeks and still be in the midst of some of them, to be honest. And I'm having a fabulous time. Like, I'm loving my life. I'm loving my life sick, right? Everything is great. And like I said, we're mid house renovations at the moment. So I've had no kitchen, no lounge room for the last month. It's likely to continue that way for another 2 to 4 weeks before it's completed. We're also having like flooring done throughout our whole house, as well as painting throughout our whole house. So it's essentially interrupting every area that we live in. And so I've also then had workmen, tradesmen in my house making noise, shutting off the power and the internet. And my office, so my office here that I'm in, where I see clients, most of my clients, to be honest, I do see online, but I do have like a handful of people who still like to come and see me in person. It's at home, right? It's at my house. And so I've had to navigate all of this renos going on while still operating my business, while still seeing clients, while still having some clients here, or while still running things online, right? Seeing clients online. I even ran a training. I had a 3-day HUNA training that I ran online while all of this has been happening. Now, I could have focused on everything that was going to go wrong, everything that wasn't how it normally is, everything that could be a problem. But I haven't done any of that because I don't want to live there, and I don't want to become a magnet for more of that. So I have, however, been super grateful that all the trades that we've had in have been really, really nice people. They've been cleaning up after themselves. I'm also grateful that we've got the setup of our house is like our laundry, although our laundry is not very big, we're able to set up a temporary kitchen there, and we can also go in and out through our house through that kitchen and the rest of the house without having to go through like the kitchen and the lounge room that's being renovated. So I'm really grateful for that. Like that's just made things so much more amazing. The tradesmen have been like cleaning up after themselves. They've all been really polite, really lovely people. I'm really also super grateful that my office is outside. So even though sometimes I've been having client sessions and I'm doing timeline therapy with someone, and there's like this incredible grinding noise happening inside. And I just sit here and I think to myself, the just going to focus on my voice. They're going to be able to get what they want. Everything's going to go okay. This is perfectly okay. And it was funny because the client that I had, while there was a lot of grinding going on, actually works in the construction industry. So I'm like, it's just going to seem normal for him. He's just going to be used to hearing this noise. It's no problem. And I'm so grateful that I've got a client right now who works in construction while I've got construction going on, because he's perfectly fine with all of this. And so I just keep focusing on all of this stuff, right? I am also super grateful that I've got a really cool cafe nearby, right? And it's usually pretty quiet. So if I ever need to get out of the house and I want to go and do some work somewhere else, I can just pop to this cafe. It's literally like 3 minutes away. They do really nice food. I can sit there. It's also where my gym is. Right. So I just keep focusing on all of the things that I love, that I'm grateful for, and that I can find the upside for. And I also focus on like the completion. So like how amazing our house will be when we've got a brand new kitchen and lounge room, and like we've fully knocked out a wall. So we've opened up a space, and like, it's just going to have new flooring all the way through. Like everything's going to be like just so beautiful. I'm excited that I'm going to have a new location that I can create content from. So that I'm not just always in my office and I can mix things up a bit. So I'm just fully use my focus and my attention for all the things that I love, all the things that I'm grateful for, what I can find an upside for, and it just changes, right? It completely changes. And like I said, I also had extra work to do before I went on holidays. So I just focused on how great it is that I have systems in place, right? That I have systems in place, that I have a VA, which means, yes, I'm doing a bit of extra work, but that means I can go on holidays and I don't have to worry about anything in my business, right? My newsletter's still going out, my podcast's still going out. All this stuff is still happening in my business. And I didn't have to think about that when I'm on holidays, right? And also, I didn't have to think about, trying to scramble to catch up on things when I got back. Okay, so, I could have sat there and gone, oh my God, I've got so much work to do before I go on holidays. I'm going to need a holiday from getting ready for holidays. Da, da, da. I didn't focus on any of that stuff, because is it true? Well, if I focused on all the negative stuff, right? If I focused on all the negative stuff, I could absolutely make it true. But the thing is, the stuff that I did focus on, what I was grateful for, all the upsides and everything, those things were also true. So which true do you want? Right? Which true do you want to focus on? I want to focus on the true that makes me feel good, right? The true that I enjoy. I'm a little bit delusional like that, and I'm okay with that, right? I can quite happily block out all of the stuff that is not for me. Is it still there? Yes. But is it there if I'm not focusing on it? No. Right. And this is where we think about creating our reality. And I certainly don't mean ignoring things that you need to pay attention to, right? And just sweeping things under the carpet. No, right. I pick and choose the things. If worrying about it is not going to make any difference to my life, or any positive difference to my life, or it's not going to cause me any dramas further down the line, then I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to spend my time and energy on it. I'd much rather focus on the things that I'm grateful for and I love, and become a magnet for more of that, right? Because this is how our mind works anyway, is that you filter out so much of the information that is available to you, right? We know this. Everyone's mind has a set of filters that's made up of your values and your beliefs and your attitudes and the things that you like, your language, your memories. You've got the RAS, like the reticular activating system, which is what you focus on. Your mind will find more of that. Okay, so at any given time, if you're stuck in the, oh, everything's so bad, everything's so crap, this has happened to me, been done to me, couldn't be any worse, da, 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 your mind will find more of it. And it will just filter out all of the good stuff that you want more of. Right. So this is really important. Okay, so I was just super grateful for the doing this extra work before I left because it meant I could have a very relaxing holiday. I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about what I was going to come back to after my holiday because it was all sorted. Okay. Now, also, when we were going to Thailand, I knew that it's rainy season in Thailand. Ideally, you go to Thailand between, I think, like November and May or something like that, right? We're there in August. It's the middle of the rainy season. Okay. So I could have sat and focused on, oh my God, I'm going to spend all this money to go overseas to somewhere warm and tropical, and it's going to just be raining and we won't be able to do anything. None of that was going to serve me. None of that was going to serve me. None of that was going to help me feel like I was having a better holiday. None of it. Okay. So my partner and I actually had a conversation about this before we even left. And, he was sort of saying to me, how, like, it's interesting. Like, I think he'd been talking to someone else and they're saying, how do you have a holiday where you don't come back from it going, oh, geez, I wish I'd done this or I wish I'd done that. And maybe I chose the wrong things. And I said, well, the way that you avoid that is that you choose that you're just going to enjoy whatever happens, right? That you're going to enjoy whatever happens. And this is the reason why, right? Because the details of what happens doesn't matter until you create a meaning about them. Okay, so what we decided was that no matter what happened, we were going to have a great time. We were going to have a great adventure. And if after our holiday we decided there was more things in Thailand that we wanted to see, we'll go back to Thailand some other time, right? And see those things. That's the exciting part of it, right? There's always more. So so we went into the holiday with this kind of, we're just going to have a good time regardless. And then on like the second night we were there, so the first night we didn't get to our hotel room till about 8:30 at night after traveling all day. Then the second day we had a big day walking around Kamala Beach area. Then we went to this crazy place called Carnival Magic, which is like this like theme park. It was like the most craziest theme park I've ever been to. And it was just like, it was a bit Willy Wonka, to be honest. It was just, like the detail in this place was just incredible. And just everywhere you walked, it was just amazing. And we were there 4 hours looking around this place. And so by the time we were leaving, it was dark and we just walked through, like it took us about 20 minutes to walk through all of their light displays. There was just never ending light displays. Incredible. However, there was this massive restaurant in there that you can have dinner as part of being there. And this restaurant sits like, I think 3,000 people or something. It's like the most insanely big restaurant I've ever seen. And they had all these different types of foods around the outside, and you got the special seat, and then you could go and help yourself to whatever you wanted. Well, after that eating experience, we both got sick. Okay, so that night, neither of us slept very well. We were both unwell and back and forwards to the bathroom. Now, I could have at that time gone, oh my God, now I've got some kind of like tummy bug and I'm probably going to be sick for days and it's going to ruin our holiday and da da da. But I didn't do that. Neither of us did that. I just went, I'm sure whatever it is just going to it's just going to get out of my body. And worst comes to worst, in the morning, I'll find a pharmacy, because there's pharmacies everywhere in Thailand, like everywhere, and you can just get access to anything. I'll just find some medications and it will be fine, right? Everything will be fine. Well, sure enough, come to the morning, we were both feeling a bit flat, but we were okay, right? We weren't sick anymore. And we had a day tour to go on, and we went on this day tour and everything was fine. Right? I didn't sit there going, oh my God, I'm on this day tour, and what if I have to run to the toilet? And I didn't worry about any of that stuff. I just went, no, it's going to be perfectly fine. Everything will be fine. Like, I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to look around. I'm like, my body's healed. I feel good. right? So I was grateful for that. I was grateful that we got out what we needed to get out overnight, and then we were good for the day. Okay. So it like, so it, everything that I focused on was it have everything going well, that we were going to have a good time regardless. And we did. Everything did work out. Now, like I said, it was rainy season, right? Now it's rainy season. Now I've got a belief that if I go somewhere where it's meant to be rainy, that I will have good weather for what I need good weather for. It's happened to me several times. And it's just a belief that I have. Like, rainy season doesn't mean I'm going to be rained out. It doesn't. But on a caveat to that, I believe that if something did get rained out and it stopped me from going somewhere, it's because I wasn't meant to go there. And I'm grateful that something intervened me going, which could have gone wrong. Right. So I don't have any attachment to it either way. I'm like, everything's going to be perfect either way. So as it turned out, we had pretty great weather while we were in Thailand. It did rain pretty much at some stage every day, but it was either it rained overnight, which didn't bother us, or it rained when we were in a vehicle traveling somewhere, which didn't bother us, or it rained when we were visiting the elephants. Now, as it turns out, I went to this most amazing elephant sanctuary, which, if you travel, please check out ethical wildlife experiences wherever you travel to, because essentially anywhere you go where animals are letting you ride them, like elephants or whatever, or tigers are letting you sit with them, they're not being treated well. That's not normal behavior, right? And there's a lot more ethical kind of wildlife sanctuaries now that are popping up where you can observe animals that have been rescued to be in their natural habitat. Okay, so the hidden forest elephant sanctuaries where we went, near Phuket, or in Phuket, and it was amazing. And so we had this experience, and it was raining there, but they provided us with umbrellas, and the elephants love the rain. Right. So because it was raining, there was more water around, there was more mud around. So we got to see the elephants like spraying themselves in mud. We saw the elephants like having the most amazing time. There was a like a lake there, a pond. We saw the elephants going in there and splashing around and trumpeting and having the most amazing time because they were so happy because it was raining. Right, so it was amazing. I loved it. It was amazing. And the other time it rained, we were at the water park, at Amanda Water Park. Right, we were in a wave pool. Right? So we're in this wave pool where they make waves. It was such good fun, and there's all big slides and all kinds of things. It rained while we were there. So what? We're in the water. It was fun. We're in the water and it's raining. Going, I'm so grateful that it's raining while I'm somewhere where I'm going to be wet anyway. Right, and it was good. It was an adventure. It's like, wow, I don't know if I've ever really done much swimming while it was raining, and it was raining harder, and I'm like, "This is just amazing. I'm just in the rain, enjoying the rain and not bothered by it." Right, it's fantastic. Right? So, so this is what I mean, like, when you love everything, right? When you find things that you're grateful for about everything, when you can see the upside in everything, you just keep magnetizing more of that into your life, right? Because you train yourself to be in that state. You train yourself, right? And this really reminds me of a few years back. This was back in when was it? Maybe 2016, 2015, something like that. And friends of my mum's were out from the UK, and her friend's husband, now husband, and they're both like elderly. I think they're now both in their like 80s, if not 90s. This man come from the UK, first time he's been to Australia. He loved everything, right? It didn't matter. We could have gone to the pub and he had a schnitzel and he would have said it's the best schnitzel he's ever had, right? We go for a drive somewhere and it's like, these are the most magnificent trees he's ever seen, right? Like, you do a trip anywhere and at the end of the day, it's like, that's been the best day I've ever had. Like, you'd meet people and he's just like, oh my God, the people here are just amazing. So, like, everything was amazing for him. Like, everything was amazing for him. He just loved the crap out of everything that he did, that he experienced, that he ate, that he saw, that he interacted with. So he's having the most magnificent time, right? And so, this is the thing. When we do this, we become a magnet for enjoying ourselves, right? For having our loving our life. And we're going to attract other people to this. Okay. So, like even when we think about when we were coming back from holidays, right? I knew that we had a lot of travel, like nearly a day's worth of travel to get back home. And main flight back, like we left Singapore at like midnight and we got back to Adelaide at 7 a.m. So I knew that I wasn't going to get a whole lot of sleep on the plane, right? But I didn't convince myself that I was going to suffer because of it, right? I'm just like, you know what? We're flying Singapore Airlines. I know they provide you with a pillow and a blanket. I'll get as comfortable as I can. I can sleep a couple hours. If I don't sleep all that much, I'll get sleep the next night because I'll be tired and I'll go to bed early. And so, I just told myself all of the upsides about how I was going to enjoy this, right? And I'm like, I know they've got movies. We're going to watch the movies and finish watching one of the movies that we didn't get to finish on the way over, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, they bring us meals. I don't have to worry about finding what I'm going to eat. It's going to all be there, right? There's so many like upsides about it. And then, when we got back, I instead of sitting there going, "Oh, I've got jet lag," because I was a bit tired on Tuesday. I still went around, did all my washing and stuff like that. But again, super grateful I could just get all my washing done. It's very easy, wash like anyone who complains about washing. Like I know there's some people that do a lot of washing, but honestly, we have machines that you just put your clothes in and you put detergent in, and the machine does the whole thing. Right? And then just get it out, just hang it up, put it in the dryer, whatever. Like it's so easy. Right? We're not on the side of a river like they are still in some parts of the world, like scrubbing our clothes on a rock. We're not doing any of that. Right? It's very easy. It's so easy to be grateful for. So, I'm very grateful for that. I got myself back into routine. Now, when I got back from Adelaide, I felt very puffy, and I was very puffy. My ankles were puffy, my feet were puffy. I felt really stiff. Like, I didn't feel my normal self at all. Okay. But I didn't sit there and go, oh my God, I've got, swelling, I've got deep vein thrombosis. I didn't sit there and tell myself all this bad stuff. I went, I got some swelling. Best I raise my feet. Right. So I did some laying down with my feet raised. I went for a couple of walks, right? Because thanks to my wonderful friend, Amanda Collins Wells, who I had on a couple of weeks ago, talks about lymph. I've learned a lot about lymphatic from her. Swelling's often related to lymph. You've got to move yourself around. So I'm like, go for a couple of walks, right, for the few days after I got back. And make sure that I go to bed early, right? I get back into my routines. I got my nails done because I like having fresh nails, right? It's like I don't have to worry about my nails. I just did all those things to get back into my routine, including I had clients booked in. And I love my clients. I absolutely love my clients. Like my clients are incredible. They come in, they're coachable, they're appreciative, they're doing amazing things in the world. Like I love my clients, right? And so I get more and more people come in, and the amount of people who say to me, you know what, Tony, you've got such a knack of just bringing good people together, like in my communities and stuff. But I love them, right? I love them. It's so easy to do because I attract people. I'm at that vibration, right? Like where I love what I do. I want to make a difference in the world. I want to help people. I want to love my life. I want to like have a business that I love, that I'm just doing things that make me feel like I'm on purpose. Like I just focus on all that all the time. And so that is a frequency and a vibration that I put out that brings people in that either are like that themselves or want to be like that, right? Like is you magnetize it in. And it's all by being in that field of who am I being? Like, how do I want to feel? What do I want to think about my life? Right? Really, really important. And this is a big thing. Like when I said coming to the end of my holidays, I wasn't sitting there going, oh my God, I've got so much travel to go. Oh my God, my holidays are ending. Oh, I've got to go back to my life. No, I was actually excited I was glad I'd had a great holiday. I loved my holiday, and I was looking forward to coming to my home because I love my life. I love my house. And we don't have a fancy new house, but we've got like a 1960s double brick house. We're renovating it. Like we've been renovating it since we've had it, but I love it. I love its location. I love how it feels. I love how convenient it is. I love how it suits our needs. I love that I've got my office here. Like, I'm seriously like, I was looking forward to coming home because I love my home. I loved my holiday, and then I loved my home. And I was looking forward to working with my clients because I love my clients. I love what I do. I love my business. And so this is the thing, like I'm saying to you, is that you want to just be in this space that you just love the crap out of everything that you have, everything that you do, the people that are in your life, because you will magnetize more and more and more of that to you. Okay. It's the same thinking for anything you do in life, in business, in relationships. It's how you think about it, what you say to yourself, how you choose to feel about anything is completely up to you. Right. So you can love the crap out of your life. Right. You can have a good time no matter what. And you'll just magnetize more of it to yourself. Okay, you love your life, love your business. You'll attract people who want to be in that same state. Okay, love your clients. I love my clients. I love working with my clients because I know the people that come and work with me, either, there's two main groups of people that I work with. So I have a client base of like tradie men who I don't market to. They just come to me by referrals because I've done a bit of work in that space, and they just continually refer people to me. These are guys who work in constructions, they're electricians, they work in like water filtration, like all very tradie type space, and they have stress and anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And I have so much love for these guys who decide to be different for themselves, for their work, for their business, for their families, for their partners, for their kids. And they actually invest in themselves and come and work with me and do something that is completely not what they're used to at all. And they're open minded and they make massive change in their life. Like, I so love working with those guys, right? And then, of course, my other main part of my business is that I get to work with coaches, practitioners, therapists who are all people who want to help other people. They want to work on themselves. They want to be the best version of themselves. They want to help other people, right? So I love working with these people because, like, have such respect, such admiration, just such love for people who are willing to do the work, who are willing to invest in themselves, who want to who want to make a positive impact on the world. Like I love that. I just can do it all day. And so, that's it's their personal development. I teach them coaching skills so that they can improve their coaching and communication skills. There's also a big part of it is I teach people business skills because learning business skills is 100% part of your personal evolution. Okay, so to be successful in business, you have to evolve your thinking. You have to grow who you are as a person to be successful in business. And being in business is not for the faint-hearted, right? You have to be willing to take 100% responsibility for yourself and your results. And so I love the people who are in business. I seriously love people in business who, because all the people I work with, they're in business, yes, because they want to have freedom and they want to, help people and all those kinds of things. But they believe that they can do something out of the norm, right? That they're going to make their own way, that they're going to, be aligned with their own values, that they're going to make an impact on the world, right? That they've got a purpose about what they do. Like I love people who work in business. They just think differently. And for people who like aspire to be in their own business, right? It takes so much courage, and I love these people. I love the courage that they expend in doing that, and I love hearing what they do. And even the businesses that I work with, some of them, like I said, they're like trading businesses. They still are focused on the impact that they have on people around them and the world around them. I love that. It's amazing. So all of this, like I was saying, like it's this frequency and vibration, right? You got to think about it all in frequency and vibration. So, however, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you want, however it is that you help people, right? Like the details about that are not nearly as important as the feeling and the thinking that you have about it. Okay. Now, like, of course, we live in a physical reality, which means details exist, right? The details are important, but the essence, right, is really how you think about what you do, how you feel about what you do. And the more that you are in that space of, I love what I do, I love the people that are in my life, I love how my life is, the more that you're going to magnetize that to you, right, from frequency and vibration. Okay. People will be attracted to you who are either in that same space or who want to be in that same space. Right. You just grow, and this is how I've grown this community. People that are drawn to me want to be in this same frequency and vibration, and they add to it. Right. It's incredible. So, think about frequency and vibration. So, if you're worried about putting out content and whether people are going to be interested in it or, whatever, create your content with the intention that people will love it, that they'll be motivated by it, that they'll be interested in it because you love it. You're excited about it, right? You're interested in it. And that works so much better than sitting there with the frequency of vibration of nobody wants me, nobody likes me, nobody cares. I might as well eat worms, right? So you bring the energy into everything that you're doing, and then you will get that come back to you, right? So be excited about the people you are going to meet. We met so many amazing people when we were in Thailand, like just beautiful people, like really lovely people, right? Because I was excited to meet them. I have that intention, that expectation. I want to meet amazing people. So be excited about the people you're going to meet. Be excited about the experiences that you're going to have, right? The clients that you're going to work with, the money that's coming into you, right? The outcomes that you're creating. Okay. So, like the old saying that goes, I believe it when I see it, it's just for the pessimists, right? It's just for the pessimists. Think it, feel it, and talk it into existence, and then you'll see it, right? This is how you will magnetize the the life that you love, the clients that you love, the business that you love, the relationships that you love, like everything. You got to put the love into it, my friend. Put the love into it. I'm all about the love today. So, my question for you today is, what would be different for you if you started loving the crap out of everything that you do, everything that you have, right? All the people in your life? How would that feel for you? Right? What would you find it easier to create more of if you were just in that frequency of just like, I love my business. I love my clients. I love my house. I love my car. I love my partner. I love my children. Like, I love where I live. I love my country. I love the weather, right? Everything about it. I love myself. Find all the things that you love about yourself, right? The more you get into that zone of just loving stuff and being excited for what you have and who's in your life, the more you're going to create of that. Become a magnet, my friends.